good to go for questions with Caleb.
So what do you think about this matchup? Different circumstance, same team you're pretty familiar with from last year, but different team, different circumstance. I don't know. What are you looking for?
I'm looking forward to the matchup for sure. They're well coached. They're playing really well to the start of the season, and so I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think we're all looking forward to the challenge. This is another opportunity that we have in front of us that we can go out here and try to get us a win. And I think we've been preparing all week. And my teammates, the coaches, managers, everybody, we all been locked in and focus on our culture and things that we want to focus on to out for the outcome to become a win.
Where do you think, team-wise, you guys have had the most struggles to this point?
Maybe our offense a little bit stagnant as far as like movement, and then our defense we giving up too many threes. A lot of second chance points. That's been hurting us, and that's on all of us, including the guards. I think we gotta crack down on the bigs as far as when we get switched on bigs and actually hitting them, boxing them out, and so our bigs can maybe go get those rebounds. But I think it's been a little bit of everything, and we know that we've been watching a lot of film. We see exactly what the issues were, and we've been focusing on them, and we onward and upward.
How do you solve the defensive three-point problem?
We got to communicate better on the defensive end, especially like our switches. When we supposed to be switching, make it definitive. As far as when player gets close to another player, we got to switch, or just communication. If we want our teammate to stay, we stay, and I think it's just communication, and I think that'll solve everything.
How was it presented to the group when Tommy made the decision? KJ came to him and said he wanted to come off the bench, thought that might be better for the flow and some of the rotations. How was that presented to you guys?
He kind of just told us in a film session that coach that KJ asked him to come off the bench, and that's big time by KJ. That shows the type of player he is, that he's giving it up for the team. That shows his character. That it doesn't matter if he starts, if he doesn't start, if he comes off the bench or whatever the case may be. He just he wants to play hard for this team and do whatever it takes, and I think that's great by him.
Helps Carter to be in that role. I mean, he played pretty well as a starter the last couple games. I mean, mentality-wise or whatever, do you notice the difference, or is it?
Yeah, I think Carter. Everything is a confidence thing with him, and I think that'll build his confidence. Him, starting with us, in that starting five, and I think as we play more and more games, he'll get more and more comfortable with the game, gameplay, how fast the game is, and things like that, and he'll find his way, and he's been doing that, and I'm proud of him.
You've seen in the time you've been here the kind of following this program has away from home and these neutral sites. You saw it in Phoenix last year. What kind of crowd are you expecting in terms of being in your favor?
Well, I hope it's loud. I hope it's us, a lot of Arizona fans. We usually show a good crowd, and our fans are second to none. I'm looking forward to that atmosphere. My teammates are looking forward to that atmosphere. I'm just looking forward to getting to that game. And so we got 2 more practices before then, and I'm very excited.
So we got the big dunk, and then he came down and took his first three ever. What you guys kind of think of that shot for him, and do you think that's something he could potentially add from time to time?
Yeah, for sure. He's been working on that shot all summer and all fall. We have ultimate confidence in him taking and making that shot. And that's another thing with him is just confidence. Him shooting it with confidence, and we'll clean it up on the glass if he misses.
You guys seem to really have a tremendous show of joy when Delhi gets going, and I know you talked about it a little bit down in the Bahamas. So what's kind of been infectious about what he's added to this team?
Delhi is a hard worker, man. He's steady. He doesn't get too rattled about anything. And he's a shooter, and shooters make shots, and when he gets going, we're a tough team to beat. And I love seeing that emotion up out of him because you don't see that all the time. But I love seeing it. It fires me up, it fires the team up, and it kind of gets us going.
Cool about the way KJ can kind of read those passes that he's able to get to. We saw it a couple times in that game where he just, read it, got it, went down for a dunk.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's on defensive end. He's active. He's always alert. And he makes it hard on the offense. His whoever he's in front of, or off the ball, he's engaged off the ball, and that's how he gets those steals and run out. And he gets to show his athleticism, get on the rim, and so when he's getting those steals, it's very telling that he's engaged.
Would you talk about, the team moving off the ball, little things like that? Tommy was just up here talking about your game. He said he's more concerned about that with you than the shooting numbers because he's convinced those are coming around. I mean, do you feel like you've got a lot going on and you've been talking about, wanting to drive the ball more, et cetera? How is that part of your game going when you're off the ball and, do you have to, is that something you've been focusing on?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of teams have been, face guarding me, top locking me, my ball screens kind of trapping the ball or hedging a little bit, and so I gotta adjust, and I gotta master being guarded like that because it's not gonna change. So just moving a lot more and just knowing going into every game that I'm going to be guarded like that. So let me make it tough on them by moving, and if you're gonna guard me like this, you're gonna have to run, you're gonna have to be conditioned and things like that, and that not only helps myself, but it helps the team because me being my movement or what they call shooting gravity, that takes away another defender, or I set screens and things like that. That takes away two defenders and just cause indecision. And so just doing that, I think that helps the team and it helps me as well.
We saw you be successful on a number of the pick and roll plays. Do you think there'll be more opportunity for those as you guys move forward?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, I just got to master being guarded how I'm being guarded. A lot of teams like to throw different defenses at me, different coverages, and so just figuring that out. Going into games where first 5 possessions, my first ball five bar screens. Okay, I know how to guard me. So now, let me make the right read, or be a little bit more patient, coming off those ball screens, and letting the play develop.
Caleb, where are you at academically? I'm curious, your 5th year. Are you taking some independent grad
Yeah, I
stuff,
got
or what?
Spanish. I'm taking Spanish and 2 electives. Mm-hmm.
So are you finished with them or
Yeah,
right now?
Yeah. I got to take a Spanish final on Monday.
Why Spanish? I'm just curious.
I gotta take it to graduate. Yeah.
Do you have choices, or is there a reason why?
Nah, it was just taking the language. Yeah.
Make you do it or anything like that?
Nah, but he's helping me though. Conrad helps me for sure. Interdisciplinary studies.
So you timed it out so you can get that in May, or is that when you're
Yeah,
shooting for?
I'll graduate in May. Mm-hmm.
All set, thanks,
Sir.
Caleb.